Before we start, I was kidnapped last night and held hostage in Mary B's bar till 4:30 this morning. So I'm sitting here like a bag of spanners.
You're doing well, Declan.
So far. First, Damien has been a friend of mine for about 25 years. And it's a pleasure to have him up here. He's always been supportive of the stuff that we do. And he's been in the museum a number of times.
One of the best songwriters ever, so
100%.
But I want to tell you the story of the first time that I ever met him. It was a bloody Sunday weekend. It must be about 25 years ago. And we were running the fundraising gig on a Saturday night in the Troubadours bar. And Liam Nillis landed up and he says to me, he says, now, as most of you will probably know from the bloody Sunday fundraisers, when you 4 or 5 bands to get on and off a stage, and 2 of them's cruncher, there's not much leeway from the stage. So Liam Nillis comes up and he says, look, if a friend of mine's from Dublin going let him up to play, I was going, fuck, this isn't a back-to-back. Fucking show up here, these fucking people. Later on that night, we went back to Mary Nillis's house, and Damien landed up, and that was the first time I'd ever met him, and he sung the song Call Me. And I thought to myself, holy fuck, this boy's good. I'm going to have to up my game. So first, folks, put your hands together for Damien. So I didn't want to start too heavy, but I was going to chat to you about dialectical materialism. But right, one of the things is, like, since I have known you, you know, that kind of, as you kind of come up through the ranks of the performers and stuff like that, when I met you then to now, how has your life changed? What's the pluses to fame?
I suppose having a few about is great. Because struggling for a long time. Lots of people, very talented musicians and writers, I knew I've had to stop playing, you know, because they just couldn't afford to play anymore, you know. It's, I think in the old days, you know, the Brett-in-laws and the bards were sort of looked after, you know, and I think it should be like that still, you know. If someone has a real talent for it and saying something meaningful and helping people, you know, with their music, I think they should be sort of looked after by the government, you know. Like a bard would have been in the old days, you know, but a lot of the guys had to give up, you know, just get 9-to-5 jobs, and lots of very talented people. So I'm just one of the lucky ones who was able to, you know, make a living from music, you know. So that's the best thing about getting a few bucks, I suppose. I was able to buy a house, you know, 3 years ago in Donemead, so that's a huge thing, you know, having my own house.
What's the negative impact that it's had in your life?
Negative.
No, the reason why I said is, as full-time musicians, like a lot of people don't see it, that when you're out gigging, you miss christenings, you miss weddings.
Yeah.
When your livelihood becomes, you know, music, and because of the hours that we work and stuff like that, you know, your own personal life takes a second seat to you trying to bring enough money in to keep yourself alive.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, that'd be the worst thing. Not seeing missing a lot of you know, me nieces and nephews growing up and that, and just not seeing my family enough. That was kind of bad for a good few years. But a new agent now who was getting me just to do less shows but bigger. You know, so just the odd one here and there, but just bigger. You know, so I'm not out 4 nights a week. You know, so I'm seeing my friends a lot more now. It was fairly lonely for a good few years because, you know, my friends like they'd work all weekend and then they'd be off the weekend, but I'd be gone. So then I'd be home during the week and they wouldn't be coming out, you know. So and then we'd miss the family a lot, you know. So I suppose missing social family occasions and that, you know, weddings and even funerals sometimes and christenings and birthdays and stuff like that.
And what about people haranguing you in the street and stuff like that? Is that it?
I have me spots where I go, you know, I'm like a ghost, you know. But we sort of poured out John there when he had the big fame. It was like a living nightmare for him, you know. Selfies, you know. And people who can't walk their phones. They just want to strangle them. There's worse things, you know what I mean? There's worse things that you know.
It's better than shoveling shite for a living.
We're not living, absolutely, yeah. From the hangover on a Monday morning, the hangover, holy Jesus.
Well, like most of the people, I suppose most of the people here that would probably know you would know that you come from a kind of Republican background, and that the programme, and who do you think you are? Do you want to kind of say something about the family background? Because you've always had a connection with the North.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. In the 80s, my brother Gary would be disappearing a lot up to the North, Belfast and Derry, you know, and he'd be coming back with interesting things, you know, plastic bullets and toilet paper with Maggie Thatcher's face on every sheet, you know. That's great. And then I remember one morning we were all, Sunday morning we'd be having a lie-in in the gaff, and you'd hear the singing coming out of the bathroom, you know. Farewell to Balahi, likewise Tom Woodruff. And we often be going, who the fuck is that? Who's that? It's Gary there. Harley, up the north way. Yeah. So Gary be bringing in the football and that, you know, and he was in the Fianna and Sinn Féin and stuff like that. And I always remember Sinn Féin with Larry O'Toole and me and McDonagh there and the Collie coming there and Darren there, you know, for a few years. And
when did you first become aware of what was going on up here?
Probably
when you push that microphone away, people hear it clear enough?
Yeah.
It's a bit too close, is it?
Yeah.
So, my father would have been both sides really, you know. My mother's side as well would have been fairly singing all the old Republican ballads, and then it was when Gary was bringing in a full block, I was reading what was going on up here, and then what I was seeing on RTE wasn't correlating with what I was reading here. It was totally different what they were saying. They were saying what BBC were saying. And I always noticed that when a Catholic was shot dead by loyalist paramilitaries, they gave us so little coverage. But if RUC or somebody else or a British soldier was killed, it was 10 times as much. When I was going, are we not as the world lives not mean as much as these other people, you know? That really angered me, you know? Really angered me.
Do you notice a difference between your fans in the North and your fans in the South? Because there is, you know, like partition, there is a kind of cultural difference. Like the radio stations that are played up here will be predominantly, you know, from England and stuff like that. We're in the foreign.
Yeah, sure.
But do you notice a difference between the fans, you know, at shows and stuff?
Yeah, the fans they can be a lot more passionate up here, say, you know, more passionate, and because the people are just a lot more politicised, and they know they seem to know a lot more about the Irish history and stuff like that. And
but your fans are pretty passionate anyway, and I've seen you doing gigs where from you open your mouth to the end of the show, people religiously sing every word along.
Yeah. So there's a lot of people in the South who wouldn't have a clue what happened up here since partition, you know. It's not out of badness, it's just ignorance. Nobody's ever told them, you know. RTE wouldn't be telling them, you know, yourself, and the history books wouldn't be telling them, and I've tried to teach them sort of a bit about Irish history, and that's gotten them more into what's gone on in the North here, and sort of politicised them a bit, you know. So that's, I see me role as a bit of trying to teach young people just a bit about their history. And
well, look, my next question was going to be about art and politics, and you know, it has always been something that's been fairly important here. But you see yourself fitting under that same. Why do you think it's so important? Firstly,
there's just a lot of kids that don't know who they are, you know. They follow English soccer and watch English TV shows, and it's just. I think it's very empowering when you learn, the Irish history, you know, and what the people have survived, and what they've survived up in the North here since partition, and it's you see how strong people are, you know, and it just gives you courage then to when you face anything in life, you know. Like I have just a few of me ancestors here who were sort of he was IRB and she was Irish Citizen Army and he was Irish Volunteers and he was IRA, just a few of them. So when I'm going through a hard time, I just look at them, you know, look at this, and it sort of gives me strength, you know. I suppose taking on an empire, you know, really, you know, to have the courage to take on an empire and all the people around them who helped them, you know, in their struggle. It just makes anything I face seem sort of irrelevant, you know. So it gives me strength in times of when I get depressed or anything, you know.
Who are the people who have influenced you?
The youngest mentor was Christy Moore, you know. The youngest mentor. He was always...
No, always been very, very good to you. And, but, you know, people like Luke Kelly, other people who kind of carried a flag for a while, you know, there's Irish music, there's always been those the kind of flag bearers for social change.
Yeah.
You know what I think?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you
people,
think it's very, very important as part of that? You know?
Thanks very much, bro. You know, there's only one Christy ever, I always loved like Christy and Sinead, Connor and Luke Kelly and people like that. They just, if they spoke out, if they felt something was really wrong, you know, they weren't afraid to speak out against it, you know, even if it meant to the detriment of their, you know, of their livelihood even, you know. So
do you think that has had an impact upon your career?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I think so, yeah. I always want to speak the truth. It's not really about fame or money for me, you know. If I wasn't making any money, I'd still be doing this, you know. Really Rob Banks did what I'm doing. But it's healing, you know. It's music is sort of healing for me. It's a big healing thing and healing trauma and stuff like that, you know. And I think that's why I try and play in prisons and I go to youth reach, you know, and recovery groups, you know, methadone clinics and stuff like that, and I always do shows and them because I just try and when the heads there see me and they see me that I'm just a normal fella from working class housing estate and sort of shy and wouldn't be that easy on the eye or easy on the ear even, but people get me when they see me sing with passion, you know, it affects them, you know. When you see the passion we have, and when they see me doing I've met a lot of guys now who I met in prison and they're singing songs now, and kids I met in sort of youth street classes that they're musicians now, they're doing gigs, and they say to me like, when I saw you doing it, I thought, jeez, if he can do it, I can do it, you know. So just to go into these places and show that music is a healer, you know, it's one of the few spiritual entities in the physical world, and it's great to spread that message, you know, that music is a healer, you know.
You're
and
there's a
together.
lot of stuff that you do, there is a spirituality about it as well.
Yeah.
You know, how do you get in contact with that? Where do you get that from over?
I think just, you know, on the tribe, everyone had their own role. Everyone had something they're good at. That's why I think in skills, you have to be good at all these different subjects. You should just see what a kid is good at and just let them concentrate on that really, you know. But in the tribe, you all have to have your own thing, one thing that you're good at, you know, for the benefit of the tribe. And some people would have these visions, and like my mother was the same with my grandmother. And so they don't be the odd person that's like that, you know. So everybody won't feel it, but I think they should believe somebody if they tell them that they're seeing these things and feeling these things, you know. But yeah, my mother and my grandmother, they'd know things before they happen, you know, to predict things, and they'd, I'm sort of the same, you know. And like, my grandmother, Annie Donnelly, her brother was he's there, Tom Donnelly, he was the border campaign and all that, but she had a dream that I wrote a song about her. And she told me mother, she says, I believe Damien's after writing a song about me. And my mum said to me, and I said, what happened, no? My mother, sure you wrote a song about her? She says, no. I suppose it's better. And that's where Annie from the level, that's where Connolly came from, you know. And when I put pen to paper, the song just wrote itself. It was twice as long as it is. It just flowed out. It was like it was coming through, you know. It was like the ancestors wrote the song. And but I'd written other songs like that before that, you know. Well, it was a song I wrote, I was only about 15 or something, 15 or 16. So it goes, I'll give you a little bit of a... Probably, yeah. But might we use...
There's a guitar.
Yeah, we'll grab that shit. Just give you a verse, but... No, thanks. Nice happy kid, you know, very happy go lucky.
Of all the stuff that you have done, what are you most proud of?
Well, my song The Colony has the most hits of any, I think it has 500,000 hits on YouTube, so that's, but I can't really take, I can't really claim that song because I really do think it was written by the old people, you know, but I suppose a song called Chris and Stevie that's really helping lots of people coming in, it's really helping kids, you know, really helping young people and older people do, you know, that they're just people coming to you and say, you saved my life for that song, you know, saved my life. So, yeah, probably if you can save someone's life for a song, it's a beautiful thing.
Do you use music to deal with your own stuff? Obviously you do, but...
Yeah, absolutely. I realised that a long time ago that when I was feeling really blue, you know, because I sort of come from a broken alcoholic, sort of violent, sort of abusive home, you know, but it's actually, it's after healing a lot now, since then. But yeah, when I was feeling blue, I'd sit in my bed and just sing all my favourite songs, you know, for an hour, and I'd always just feel much better, much lighter. So I realised that singing was healing, you know, and that's why you get people to sing all together in unison at the shows, you know, because it releases endorphins and all, you know. It's like a natural high, it gives you a natural high, you know. That's why some doctors, forward-thinking doctors, tell people to join a choir, you know, if they're feeling blue, you know, instead of putting them on straight on the other stuff.
What are you working on now at the minute? I know you've just put an album out just last year.
Yeah, I have a new album coming out now in November. Collaboration thing. A few great singers with Finbar Fury and Amelda May and Lisa O'Neill and that, you know. And I'm working on a musical as well. Remember your last one? Let her fly. Let her fly.
that the front, yeah. It is.
Nice happy fucking music.
Away for Christmas. I feel good musical for Christmas. Does anybody have any questions?
See, in other countries, I mean, are you big in other countries among the Irish community in them? Or?
Yeah, but the great thing about the Irish abroad is that they make friends, in Australia, New Zealand and London, they drag their friends along them, and that's how it sort of spreads, We've done the roundhouse there on last Paddy's Day in Camden. That's a big one. It's like about 3,000, So it's grown. It's organic, it grows organically. Because it's hard to get radio play because my voice isn't very radio friendly. I know that, but and the stuff I'm singing about is not very.
You have a good fist to radio.
But there must be something. Like I played one of the opening shows for Damien and Vicar Street last Christmas, and the passion, like it was like the last time that I seen that kind of audience reaction was the Pogues during the kind of early 90s. The Pogues had a similar impact. Like when you walked onto the stage, it was like somebody turned the atmosphere up to 11. I felt that. How does that feel? That vindication of what you do, especially in your own hometown. It must be.
Yeah, well, there's people there from all over Ireland. They come to them shows. It's great, and from abroad as well. But it's magic. It's magic. Just because the vibe in the room is it's so much love coming at you. People are there's so much goodwill to each other, and they're all singing all like cares away together. And it's just. I always wanted to send people out the door on cloud nine, on really high, even if they're not even drinking. There's lots of people who come who are in recovery, My mother's in recovery and lots of people come and I want to send them out the door just feeling just so high from singing. And they're still high the next day when they wake up, So that's I want to get them high with just from music,
Well, see, for you as a performer, do you feel a big difference? See, the sit-down shows and the kind of theatres, the stuff that we would have done compared to Vicar Street. What's the difference for you as a performer?
You can't tell a bit of a story in Vicar Street's a thing, But I like both, It's nice to be able to talk though, as well, tell a bit of your honor, a bit of banter, before the song, Because people love that, Like the National Concert Hall, I've done a few shows there and that's been great. But I like both. It's nice to mix it up,
That's a question, Mickey. And I can vouch that Vicar Street's the best gig ever. The day on Vicar Street, forget about it, never misses religious experience. Anyway, move on to the question. Recently you did a Facebook post about it was the World Suicide Awareness Day or whatever, and you give out kind of some advice and all to people. Can you talk about that and why it was important to kind of put, you gave some great advice you thought so. Talk about that. Do you remember?
What did I say? Do you remember?
Yeah, but singing, grounding, the singing,
all the
antidotes to that.
Sure,
I thought it was great because there are a lot of them were on my list, and I was like, that's great to get out to people and talk,
That's it, I do get, as you know yourself, creative people have been prone to depression, and but it's in my family anyway, with my father and my mother. But I found ways to get around it, I found solutions to it, lots of different things. So I try and pass them on to people in letters and just, or when I'm doing interviews or anything like that, There's stuff called 5-HTP. You can buy Brian Cowan Bandit in the south, when he was Minister for Health, that and St. John's Wort, just herbal stuff that can really help you with depression. But you can buy it here in Holland Borough, 5-HTP. It's sort of an African root called the Graphonia root. And I take that and it really helps. It's subtle now, but it helps, But and then there's just even if you don't swim in the sea, just even getting in paddling, because there's John found out there's 90 different minerals in salt water that go into, or even a riverbed, or a lake just going up to here, because you're on the earth, your feet are on the earth, and it's the Native Americans have done it forever, grounding. It's the vibrations of the earth and stuff comes up through you, and it can heal information and all this, and singing, yeah, and just getting into nature, into a park, or you know, just near nature, and I suppose some exercise and stuff like that, meditation, and you know, clearing your mind. Yoga is great and stuff like that, and I encourage people just if you're feeling really low, just to say it to somebody, you know, because depression is like it tells you lies, you know. It's as a fella said, it tells you that you're worthless, and people would be better off if you weren't around, you know, if you weren't there, you know. Tells you lies, but as soon as if you say it, just say it to your mate, I'm not feeling great, you know, just a bit down. As soon as you say that, a problem shared is a problem halved, and you don't feel so alone anymore, you know. So I encourage people to do that, you know, just to say it if you know. And you know, it's just it's like you have a partner or a brother or a sister in marriage. As soon as you say it, you know. So say it to somebody who's just alone, you know, if you're feeling really down. But it seems to be like, I don't know, maybe it's social media or something, but depression's gone through the roof, you know.
Yeah, there's been studies showing that there's a direct connection between social media, obsession and depression. We'll just follow up with one more question just to keep it on the same subject, because I think it's an important subject. Suicide is something close to my own heart. My own father passed away through that. Your song Chris and Stevie, which you talked about, I remember when you released that song for your album Almighty Love, you released that first and you released it for free. And I remember sitting down listening to it, I'm not even messing, I busted out crying when I heard the song, but I got such a high from it, from the lyrics, you know. You talk to me a bit about that song and the kind of motivation behind that. I know you had a very special experience the first time you played it live then as well. Like, people knew it already, even though the song was only out 2 days. The whole crowd sang along to it. I think it's a song that can really heal people and help people, you know.
Sure, yeah.
Oh, that'd be great.
Oh Jesus, this is in concert, is it?
Yes. The piano.
No, let's just have to tune it down a bit. But it's kind of I had a couple of friends. One was he was gay, and he told his parents and his father just sort of didn't want to know him. He said, just fuck off, get away, you're out of family, you know. And the poor old devil went to the powers court, waterfall, and just got a treat to top and home himself out. But tough fucker he was as well. I used to do Kung Fu together. He was a tough old head. But and the other friend of mine, he started doing the cocaine and he got into debt with it, so he started getting into whole stuff and mover for them and all, you know. And he got caught, and then he was looking at 10 years in prison. Got caught with 200 grand of it. So he just took his own life. He couldn't face the 10 years in jail, you know. So just wrote a song about the two of them. But I wanted to give just a bit of hope to young people with the song, and just give them a bit of a message. I always try to give them a bit of a message in the music, you know. Because music really is sort of, it just helps you through life, I suppose. It makes life a bit easier. My buddy Stevie, I loved him well. We had some laugh, he was sound as a bell. Our little lives ran parallel. We played with fire and got burnt as hell. And I'm remembering little things we done. We bombed a train out to the beach in the sun. We'd steal some ice pops and laughing run in through the sand dunes with finger guns. But one day Stevie, he got bitten by a bug. He was fascinated by the life of the thug. He felt the weakling and he craved some power, but the thug's existence consumed on sour. I'm missing you today. I'm missing you today. But I will get to see you smiling back at me. And what I would do for one last laugh with you. My buddy Chris, he was quiet but tough, and to his face you wouldn't call him a puff. We done the boxing and many's the scrap. To this young warrior I'll tip my cap. In Celtic times it wasn't seen as wrong, till the Roman Empire with the shame came along. They called it his love evil, and they done much harm. But if you're hurting no one, you'll be in God's arms. Well, Chris and Stevie, I miss you both. Till more young people cut down from a rope, and it breaks my heart that you went so far. To all you people, be proud of who you are. Good at me, and I'll have with it.
Look, I'm going to do one more wee quick question and then maybe one more song and then we can wrap it up.
Sure. I'll get the aim and the barrel, will you?
Aye, Eamon?
So, yeah.
He sneaked out, has he?
Yeah.
But it was good, like,
She's asleep.
sleep, will you?
No, I had the 6 years out then.
I know.
It took us a wee while, like, Damien has been coming up here fairly regularly, but when I asked him to do this, the conversation, he said that he would come up for the 50th anniversary of the Civil Rights March. Why was that important to you? Is it important for you to be here this weekend?
Absolutely, yeah. I've huge, massive respect for all the Irish people in the 6 counties who struggled and had to fight so hard, you know, in their own land, against be hated in their own land. It's a lot of people down south don't realise, you know, and discriminate against in their own land, you know.
Do you not think working class people in the 26 counties deal with the same, not saying it's the same level, but you know, there's that.
Absolutely.
That we identify.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they just a bit brainwashed down the south, you know. That's what I'm trying to do with the music, just to unbrainwash them, you know.
I would get a question to John as well. Is it important for you to be here this, like, you know, you could have come up and done the play at any point, but is it important for you to be here this weekend, this anniversary?
So enjoy me eyes after that performance. Yeah, no, absolutely, man. Look, from a very young age, I've been politically very aware. And actually, I wanted to say this in the Air Rogue documentary, but they never got me in the end. I remember I got into this 2003, my uncle gave me the album live at the Brazen Head. And I remember just getting a rush over my body going, oh my God, I didn't even know what a lot of it was. So it left me with a lot of questions, but I got a rush over my body. I went to my uncle, I was like, what's going on here? Like, what, they come over, they done this, they done that, what's going on? Like, and they still have a part of the Ireland, what? This doesn't seem very fair, you know, being a kid, you know? And I suppose as well, being born in England, I sort of always had to be extra Irish. And I was always being slagged by, you know, there was about 20, 30 of my cousins. We were all born in England, we were called the English cousins, and as a result we all ended up being more staunch than all the rest of them. You know what I mean? I got obsessed with Irish history because I needed to know more, you know what I mean? Like, even when I went to box in the Four Nations for Ireland, which was the proudest moment of my life, and I beat an English fella in the final, and the night before he came up to me, he said, I'm going to knock you out, you paddy cunt. And being the typically humble Irish, I said, all right, yeah, all grand. So I went in and knocked him out in the second round, broke 6 of his ribs. I'm not exaggerating, 6 of them. I got put up on the podium and the Irish national anthem and the green, white and gold, and he couldn't be in second place because he was in the hospital. But the Welsh fella and the Scottish fella were in third place together. And I went home then, I told my brothers about it, and I got this tattoo fighting Irish and the green gloves and whatever. And he said, you should have got a British bulldog, you cunt. So I've always had this thing, you know, I mean, my mother's from Belfast, so, and also, man, being a traveller, like, what we deal with still to this day, even worse probably than it's ever been, I can identify with another group who have been oppressed. And I'm not comparing them, but I'm saying there's that struggle. So I always go for the underdog, man, and I'm proud to be Irish. And what you said there, I actually teared up when you said that to people up here, how brave they are and what they put up, and they don't get the recognition down south, and people are so brainwashed. That's why I go on RT and call people West Brits and all, because I'm so angry. You know what I mean? I'm so angry because people don't open their eyes. So very important to me. And when you asked me to come up, obviously I said yeah straight away, but then you said the play, and I said it's perfect because the play very much delves into Derry and the north and the whole situation up here. So it's an absolute pleasure to be up here, and the town is buzzing, and I love this place. If I was going to move out of Dublin, I'd probably move here, to be honest. So thanks everyone.
In my house this morning, one of them Japanese suicide cults with bodies laying all over.
You want to see Becky? He looked like Depression. Did you ever see Depression in human form? That was him. It made my day better.
I woke up this morning and I realised I have to do this all again. Just to kind of wrap it up, when was the first time you came to Derry?
Brother Gary, we used to come up, we go to Cross McLean and Belfast and Derry with Brother Gary, you know, he just bring me up, you know, just to give me a feel for the north, you know, when I was with teens and that, you know.
That's all you're telling us. But we get one. Can I ask for the comedy?
Absolutely.
Yes.
So go ahead. What are you going to ask him?
Sorry, could you indulge me with a question? Damien, you mentioned colony, and I was wondering, could you share with us some of the stories when you've been travelling, how's that song received in other cultures and other people who've suffered colonialism?
From New Zealand then.
It must be amazing to be in other cultures and sing that
Yeah,
song.
absolutely. The Aboriginals love it in Australia, the Maori, First Nations in America, the Choctaw, met a good few Choctaw but they don't, they're just really an African people, and it's amazing the reaction. Scottish people too. It makes them very, very emotional. I've cried with some of them, you know, giving them a big huge hug, you know, and that hug, it's centuries old, that hug, you know. But it's very uplifting to see it impacting them, you know. We have this shared tradition of that struggle where we're kind of, they try to wipe us off the face of the earth, some of these ruling classes and these European superpowers, you know, but we're still here, you know. And Derry is it just gives me great hope, and it gives me how strong the Irish people are, you know. You can see it in Derry, you know, it's beautiful. The strength is beautiful. Break your heart.
You're singing everyone's song. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rats, people don't
I look to the west, to the north and the south, and I'm not too impressed. Time after crime, they raped, robbed, pillaged, enslaved, and murdered. Jesus Christ was their God, and they done it in His name. He could take the blame if it's not all a game. With Bible in one hand and a sword in the other, they came to purify my land of my Gaelic Irish mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers, with our own ancient customs, laws, music, art, way of life and culture, tribal and structure. We had a civilization, but they were still not the nation till we suffer with the Native American, the Indian in Asia, Aboriginal Australia, the African people with their history so deep, and our children still weak, and our lives are still cheap. You came from Germany, from France, from England, from Spain, from Belgium, Holland, Portugal, you all look much the same. You took what was not yours, went against your own Bible. You broke your own laws just to outdo the rival. But did you ever apologize for the hundreds of millions of lives you destroyed and terrorized, and you never realized? Did you never feel shame for what was done in your country's name, and find out who's to blame and why they were so inhumane? Still they teach you in your school about those glorious days of rule and how it's your destiny to be superior to me. But if you've any kind of mind, you'll see that all humankind are the children of this earth, and your hate for them will chew you up and spit you out.